dick.
Oh, yeah.
Just kidding. This is going to start the meeting up, right?
So I'm not recording yet, guys. And let's all just make sure we're ready and doing okay.
All right. Yep.
Holy shit, Dave. Nice beard, bruh.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're just doing whatever it takes to not look like Scotty, huh?
Yeah, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
As usual, he's got me by at least an inch.
At least.
Shit. Yeah, at least. Oh, boy.
Cool. So I never thought I'd be in a three-way with two twin brothers.
Oh, you lucky
Twins.
Yeah.
You lucky guy.
So lucky.
It's a gift.
Well, you guys' video looks good. Mine's a little blurry, so don't mind that.
Nah, you look good, man.
I'm using a
Healthy.
webcam.
Nice.
I think, Joe, you're just kind of a blurry animal, just like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster. You're just kind of elusive and blurry.
Yeah, video has a hard time picking up my pixelation, man.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
There'll be shows about it, and they'll search and miss every single time. They'll be like, "Is it out there?"
Yeah.
We'll never know. All right, guys. So let me do this last one. Here.
So my buddy Rott and I, we were talking about doing a roast through this thing, getting like eight of us in here, and then that way you can have like someone roasting, and whenever the person who's talking, it shows up their video, you know. So
that's awesome.
Good platform to try to do a roast through this.
It'd be hard for Shelby to get a hit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, this is so much safer than real life roast. You should join us.
That's
Shelby.
right. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the dudes, Joe and I know a guy, he was in a roast and the dude punched him when he roasted him. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No,
That's not
man.
how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, well, when you are getting your ass beat for the second time that you guys have met, then it's going to be personal, apparently.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I heard that the other guy, they faced each other before, and Shelby crushed him.
Right.
And then, so the guy who put the show together thought it would be a good rematch to see if Homeboy can redeem himself.
Right.
And he still was ill-prepared for Shelby.
Right. Didn't research all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then race got involved, and then fists got thrown. So,
Right.
you know, this is 2020, so that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, racism is over right now, right?
Supposedly, but just recently I was at a person's house delivering some goods, and
We're not recording.
and this guy was offered to hit the blunt, and he said, "No, only N-words smoke weed."
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was like, "Damn,
Wow.
This is 2020, and this is still going on."
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Douchey vibe from him from the very start. Everybody was, and yeah. So the chick that invited him was like, "You gotta go. You're weird."
Yeah.
And Lori heard it, but I didn't hear it. So she's like, "Did you hear him?" I was like, "No." And she told me, and I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
But man, it's weird, man. It's weird.
Did you cough?
I coughed. Yeah.
Are you vaping? Is that why?
Not yet. No, I ate some corn on the cob right before we started, which is always a great idea because now it's in my teeth.
I've listened to too much rap. Corn on the cob is code for sucking dick.
Yeah. Hey, you know, It's been a while, so I just thought I'd give it another try. And...
Yeah.
All right, man. Before we lose all the magic, let's go ahead and get going. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool. So I am pressing record, and guess what? I'm back. I got Joseph Rogers on the other side of me. I got Dave down here on the bottom. So welcome back to the Scotty Mac Show, and Joseph, Joe, welcome to the Scotty Mac Show. It's good to see you, man.
Thanks, man. It's good to be on the Scotty Mac Show.
How you been, man?
I've been good, man. Just chilling, enjoying this quarantine shit.
Yeah? What have you enjoyed most?
Chilling.
You've always been good at that, man.
Well, I would say I do work hard at stuffs. But
And not working hard?
yeah. I picked up the Xbox controller for the first time in 3 years. So that was a trip to bring back those memories.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you do? What game of choice?
The new Call of Duty Modern Warfare remake. And I like to play hardcore search and destroy.
Okay. Yeah. At first in my mind was like search and rescue. And I was like, do they give you a dog? You know, but search and destroy. It's like being found is the bad thing, right?
Yeah. Well, you have 2 bomb sites. And either you're on defense, defending the 2 bomb sites, or you're on offense, and you have to try to plant the bomb at 2 of the bomb sites, A or B. And then if you're on offense and you plant it, you have to defend it until it blows up. And then, so if you're on defense and someone plants a bomb, then you have to go defuse it before it blows up. And it's 6 versus 6, and it's just a ton of fun because when you die, you don't respawn till the next round. So you gotta wait till the next round.
To be able to talk shit?
Yeah. Or just or to respawn. Yeah, or to talk shit.
Oh, you could probably just speak as gentlemen, I guess.
So when you die, you get thrown into the death lobby with all the other dead fuckers. So you can't communicate with who's still playing the game. So when you're the last one left and the whole match is on you and your team is watching you but you can't talk to them, you gotta pull through, man, because if you don't, you just get owned. You look like a little bitch.
It's never a good thing.
Yeah, no one's gonna want you on their team after that, so.
Right. Even though you lasted longer than they did, which is messed up.
Yeah, that's because I was camping in a corner, bro. You gotta know about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that adds a little layer of stress in your life in this time where everybody's kind of trying to chill and relax. And do you need a little bit of juice to kind of keep going, or what?
No, man. Actually, this is a true story. I got addicted to playing this game, like hardcore addicted. It got to the point where I didn't even want to do comedy shows anymore.
Wow.
Like, I would still produce shows, but then I would not want to go to them.
All right, guys, go.
Yeah, because I didn't want to stop playing Search and Destroy. And the reason why is because I didn't realize it at first, but the reason why I was so addicted was because there's certain scenarios sometimes when you're the only one left, and there's still like 6 enemies. Or there's still like 3 enemies, right? And when you start piecing them off one by one, and you're approaching being able to by yourself kill the entire team, when it gets down to the last guy where it's just 1 versus 1, and you know that you're in that motherfucker's head, right? And then you fucking sneak up on him and stab him in the back when you know he's scared as shit. Dude, when you pull that shit off, it doesn't happen very often, but when you pull that kind of clutch off, it gives you such an adrenaline rush.
Oh, yeah?
Especially when, like, because it's so intense. You're just so focused on, like, trying to win this match, you know? And your whole team's watching you, and you can't talk to them. But as soon as you win the match, then that's when you can hear your whole team. So then there was times where you would clutch it, and then your team would be like, "Fuck yeah, motherfucker!" Yeah. And
do you have a war cry? Do you have a war cry?
I don't have a war cry, no.
Okay.
I'm the kind of guy that will just clutch it, like when I get a solid clutch in, and just not say shit.
Right. Act like you've been there.
Yeah, exactly. Just be like, what's up, man?
You walk away from the explosion kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Don't look back.
Yeah, just put on my sunglasses, walk away. No big
Yeah.
deal.
That's badass.
Cool.
So then I picked the controller back up, and I got to relearn all these new maps and shit. And it's pretty intense still, and I'm really enjoying it. But I'm worried because when the quarantine's over, am I going to be able to be strong enough to drop the controller?
To say no. Right?
Yeah. Am I going to be able to say no?
I just need to play enough just to get me right, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to log 6 more hours, man, to get my fix for the day. And bro, time goes by so fast too when you game. It's gnarly how much time you lose. That was the other thing, man. I was like, I can't. Like, it's cool. I'm ranked in the top 100 of the country, but
dang,
you know, how much time is it worth to you to have that rank that no one gives a fuck about?
Right. You don't get to pull clout at the grocery store and be like, no, these toilet paper are mine, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I am 100 in the country.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who I am?
Yeah, do you know who I am, man?
Any idea who you're talking
Mr.
to?
Poo Particles, bro.
What's your name on there?
Mr. Poo Particles.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I love naming a character something no one wants to get killed by. You know?
Yeah, I used to go by Pooh Fingers Pete for a little bit, but
yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Poo Particles
That's
stuck.
Yeah. Have you ever met anyone that you play with online?
No. Usually I know them first, and then I play with them online.
Okay.
But when I played Search and Destroy, I do roll with this team that I've been rolling with for 10 years now. And they're from West Virginia. They're on the other side of the fucking country. And the reason why I started rolling with them was because I just happened chance was in a search match with them. And every time I would kill this dude, I would hear him yell, like, fuck your grandma. And like, just absurd shit. And some of it was kind of racist, but I think it wasn't serious racist. It was just gamer shit, you know? Because when you kill your opponent, you get to hear your opponent's reaction for 1 second in the game.
Nice.
So it's really a strange thing. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it's just like a part of the game that's really cool, especially when you sneak up on him and shank him in the butt, you know? Because then, then you get to hear him freak out on their microphone, you know? But yeah, so I was killing this dude, and every time I killed this dude, he'd be like, "Fuck your grandma, you piece of shit," and then he would cut out. So I was like, "Oh, I gotta play with this guy." So I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey, pick me up, man, pick me up." And so he picked me up, and then I guess they roll as a team, and they liked me, so they picked me up and would invite me to all their matches and shit. And it got to the point where we just knew how we played. Like, we had a nice camaraderie and chemistry, you know. And it's a lot of fun to play with them. And I just refired that up and played with them recently, and she's the same way. It's like, fuck your grandma to other people.
Right.
Yeah.
The same old line.
Yeah,
Right?
same old dude.
Yeah. You know he's out.
But he is hella good at the game, though.
Yeah. Cool.
So, what's the name of? Is it the Renegades or? Is there a team name?
I don't think so.
All right.
Cool. Okay. I've been looking for. I mean, granted, these are weird times, and everyone's talking about this coronavirus stuff and everything. And I've been also looking for headlines that are just out there that aren't anything to do with it, just to kind of get a feel for other stuff going on. And one was that this lady went outside and there was a big, huge python on her porch. And I just thought that was kind of funny because, you know, you're not supposed to be going outside anyway. And then Mother Nature's kind of helping out. Like, hey, seriously, don't be going outside right now.
Is Python code for your dick? No.
Miniature python.
You don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's right. Get back in the house.
Yeah. Or face this python. Well, I saw a fake, I don't think it might have been a fake news article, it seemed fake, that in Russia they released like lions and shit onto the streets.
Yeah, man, I saw that too.
What?
Yeah, to get people to stay in the
I haven't
house.
heard this.
Into the street.
Why? To keep people indoors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Putin himself ordered it, right?
So what's the longer term plan? Because eventually we'll be able to go outside again, but
When you're allowed to come
now
out,
there's lions.
you bring your tranquilizer gun.
Yeah.
You only get
Or
2
if you're
shots.
an adrenaline junkie,
Yeah, yeah.
run with the lions.
The problem is the lions are getting hungry right about now.
Yeah. Well, how gnarly is it to survive the coronavirus and then get eaten by a lion?
Right. Yeah, the death rate is usually a little higher than 2%, from what I hear, with a lion.
Yeah. Lions are a more effective killer than the coronavirus for sure.
Yeah.
They know it too. That's
Dude,
the worst
did you
thing.
ever
They get
see
all
that
crappy
video?
about it.
You ever see
What?
that video of that photographer that was taking pictures out in the wild and then got mauled by lions?
No.
You guys never seen it? It was like in a Faces of Death video. It was so gnarly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was watching that at 16.
I sometimes when I'm looking at stuff on, online or whatever, I don't believe it. But there was something about, and this is many years ago, a lady who owned chimps, and the chimpanzee that she owned ripped off her hands and her lips and shit.
Her face, yeah.
Yeah.
Like ripped off her face. Wasn't even eating it, just ripped it off just because it was establishing its dominance
Right.
upon her.
Yeah, like 2 weeks after that, I was at work and I was like, so I heard chimps are really bad at names, but they're great with faces.
Oh,
And
fuck.
it was a little too soon.
Yeah. And then she got her face all fucked and went on TV and talked about it. Remember
Yeah, they
that?
try to sew her up and shit.
Well, just like she talked about what it's like to have a fucked up face. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy to me that people that have like super passionate about these type of animals end up getting fucked up by them.
Yeah.
You know, like you're getting fucked up by the animal that you've loved your entire life and you have no reason.
Yeah, it's like that dude with the bears up in
Yeah.
Alaska.
Yep.
Right.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
the thing that you love is murdering you. It's like marriage. I'm just kidding, Dave. I couldn't help it. I love you. I love you.
Love you, honey.
Yeah, don't murder me, please.
I
Not tonight.
always told my partners, whoever I was with, unfortunately they're ex-wives, and I said, if we ever separate, don't call me estranged. Don't estrange me. You know what I mean? Because it was like the thing you always hear in the news, like estranged lover kills person.
Yeah.
We're still cool.
Yeah. Alexa, define estranged lover.
Here's something I found on the web. According to Digitelsby.com, Chris Tarrant's estranged wife Ingrid mocks claims made by the TV host's latest dumped lover.
Alexa, define estranged.
The adjective estranged is usually defined as displaying or evincing a feeling of alienation, alienated.
Ah, alienated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't alienate me, bitch.
You every day. Just coming by to not be estranged.
Yeah.
And then you're having to say hello to her new boyfriend or something. Doug,
Yeah.
hello. How are you?
Yeah. No, everybody knows that Scotty's ex-wife left him for a woman, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, for
Both.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucked her up, man.
oh God.
I'm sorry, I
One
say
le-
that about everybody's failed marriage.
I have 2 under my belt, so I think I'm overqualified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm, right? When's that going down?
Oh well, the third time, I don't know. We're just kind of chilling and just waiting. So
You're definitely going to have to say that. Third time's a charm when you propose to her at some point in time.
Oh, God.
Just to remind
yeah, that's
her.
so romantic.
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Scotty. Does she know about your previous 2 failed marriages?
Joe.
What?
Does she know that you're divorced twice?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely bring it up when you propose to her.
Right. It's already, the proposal's done. I mean, I could do it on the wedding.
Oh, cool. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks. I could, in the vows, I could be like, third time's a charm.
Right, baby?
I love you so much.
Right. And I just, we've been together a long time, so I figured, fuck it.
Yeah. Those are great vows.
Love you, babe.
Probably shouldn't have freeballed my vows, but that's what you get.
It's pretty much like Scott's live stand-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Ouch. I'm not a great comedian, and I'm not a great host, but I love comedy.
You're not a great car salesman either.
Oh, I was a great car salesman.
I'm kidding. You actually were great. You were too good, in fact.
Well, yeah, you don't get any thank you cards for that, so that's all right.
Yeah.
So what are you planning on doing when this whole thing blows over?
Well, I'm really torn right now on what I'm going to do because I canceled all of the shows I had lined up. I have a Roxy show that was supposed to happen May 9th, but even that date is uncertain at this point. So my thing is that as soon as everything's settled down and we're in the clear to reestablish, there's a part of me that wants to take like a week or 2 and try to avoid the first couple weeks,
Yeah.
and get a feel for it, and then have shows lined up and ready to go.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I take August off every year from producing shows, and we may be talking about things not cooling off until June.
Yeah.
July.
Yeah.
Right? If we're looking at history from China, how long it's taking them to recover and actually start feeling good about going outside. They're going on at least 2 months now. Or maybe 6 weeks. But I want to have maybe June and July ready to go and booked, and then let the comedians know, hey, these dates could either be perfect dates or we're going to have to cancel.
Yeah.
And just have them agree that that's part of the program here. So that way because I book my shows all mostly 30 plus days out. And I can't do that right now and feel confident about what's going to be 30 days out, 60 days out. So I'm torn between trying to book heavy as soon as it's in the clear, which could be June and July, and then take August off, or just take all of the summer off through August and then refire it up super hard when I normally do after Labor Day.
Yeah.
So after Labor Day, that's when I usually start all my shows for the fall and winter, and I might just take the whole summer off. I'm not sure. I'm torn.
Yeah. So you've been producing for quite a few years, but your own comedy has really taken some big strides lately. Talk about the big show that you had a month back.
There was my biggest production that I had myself on, of course.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But that was at the Roxy Theater, and I got about 150 people to show up to this toy drive comedy show that was on December 22nd, and we had a lot of people bring toys, which was super cool. And for being on a Sunday and get 150 people out was really rad, because that was kind of like the bare minimum that I needed to pay everybody, so that was cool. I got to pay everybody, all the comedians and everything, and I got to do a 20-minute set on my own show. And what's crazy about that show was, even though I've been doing comedy for almost 8 years now, right before I went up to go do my set, I didn't really have anything prepared. I just told myself that I was going to trust that I've been doing this long enough that when the bar is out this occasion, I could rise to that bar. And so before I went on, I didn't even know if I was going to do good or not. I was like, I could totally shit the bed here by not preparing like I normally do. But mentally, I had an idea of what I was going to open with. And then usually when I have my opener, I can trust that I can just flow into whatever comes to mind, and then just have my closer and I'm fine, and I did. And then I ended up doing my closer early. And then I was like, I don't want to stop. So I did another 5 minutes. So then I just closed with a joke that I don't normally close with. So, there was that. But it was a solid 20-minute set. And after I got done, I just felt so relieved. And then I sat back and just watched the entire show go down. And it felt so surreal to be in this theater with 150 people there for this show that I produced and I was on, and it was doing well. And what I did was I made a 30-minute video that I edited of a bunch of comedians that have come out to Kitsap that year. And I spliced it all together in a 30-minute video, and I had that playing on the big screen at the Roxy while people were coming in and getting their seats.
Cool.
And
Nice.
I opened it with some local comedians, and then I closed it with some strong headliners that I had out. And it was cool to see because I'm watching all these people that are there watching a video that I made on the big screen. And that did something to me that I wasn't expecting. I was like, whoa, this feels awesome. Like they're watching my video that I pieced together that I worked hard on, and, was clips from over the year. And then the local comedians that were in the video, I didn't tell them that I did this. So they were surprised. And they got to watch them doing a set with all the people at the Roxy watching their set and laughing while they're watching. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience to open the show with that. And then I had a dedication part to that video. And then I started the show. And up and down, it was just a really awesome experience. And that was a new high score for production. And then last month, or in January, at the end of January, I think, I got the video that I took from that show and edited my set because I was recording from 3 different camera angles. And it turned out really good, the recording did. And I wanted to go present it to a producer that I've been working with who does the Dope Show. And so I went to the show, one of his shows at Tacoma Comedy Club, to go let him know, hey, I got this video I want to show you. And then he saw me and we talked to each other, and I was like, hey, I want to show you this video of my set. I want to be considered for some of your shows. And he's like, oh, well, one of the comedians hasn't shown up yet tonight, so you might get to go up tonight. I was like, whoa, what? Really? There's like 200 plus people there. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. In my head, my first thought was, you can't do this because you haven't prepared anything. You didn't bring your notebook or nothing. But then right after that, that had that better voice in my head that was like, no, you fucker. If this opportunity presents itself, you take that shit. You've worked hard to get to this point, and you came here to tell him to watch a video. So what's better than a live fucking audition, right?
Right.
So I was like, oh, I don't know who this comedian is, but I would go fucking beat his ass right now if I knew who he was to prevent him from coming to this show.
Tanya Harding stuff, huh?
Yeah, for real. If I saw him walk in the door, I'd be like, bam, you can't walk now. What are you going to do, motherfucker? You can't go up. Yeah. But he didn't show up. So he's like, you're going up. So I was like, sweet. And
nice.
Then, and then I got to go up and I did my sober set, and it went really well. and then I went and got super high and came back and did my high set, and it went really well. And that was like 230 people, I think, was there.
Cool.
And
Very cool.
I had them rolling really good, and that felt amazing to be able to. That was like a new high score for my stand-up part. So I just got a new high score on production. Now I got a new high score on stand-up as a comedian, and so yeah, that was a really cool experience.
Where are you ranked nationally?
He's leveling up. He's leveling up.
Well,
yeah, man.
I'm probably, if I were to guess legitimately, if you think of all the comedians that are in the world nationally, in our country, all the famous ones, all the open micers, if I were to guess, I would say my rank is probably at 489.
Wow, I like that. That's some self-loving right there.
I think I'm the 489th funniest comedian in our country. Yeah.
That's a headline, bro.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, there's like, you can't even really think of like 20 off the top of your head. You might be able to. Right? 20 famous ones that are actively doing stand-up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think you could, but I don't want to do that whole list.
Can you imagine trying to do 100 or 200 off the top of your head? There's no way. So we're talking, there might be like 300 professional comedians out there. There might be like 6,000 open mic comedians. You know, something like that. There's really no way to know the numbers unless you actually did a census. That would be legit. To do a census tracking to find out how big the comedy community is.
Yeah, man.
That would be sick. Like a database.
Yep.
And then that way you can rank. That way you can find out where your rank is, right? And then like certain rooms get you certain points. Certain locations. like if you did 7 minutes at fucking a club in LA at Laughs. If you did 7 minutes at Laughs, that would get you like 700 points. Right?
Yeah.
If you did
what if your set's crap though?
It doesn't matter. You still got that 7 minutes somehow. So it doesn't matter
in the room.
Yeah, so that's how you determine rank. Rank isn't by what your set is; it goes by where you're doing it and for how long.
What are you doing? Yeah,
you know,
it's like fighters when they,
if you're at the Paramount Theater doing an hour, then it doesn't matter what the fuck you're talking about. You got an hour at the Paramount Theater. So
yeah, and if you're a fighter and you're going up against the heavyweight champion, that means doesn't matter where you came from, you still get the belt if you win.
Yeah, because you're there fighting for the belt.
Yeah, right.
And
man, make it app.
That would be a sick app. And then like if you did 7 minutes at Dog Days, you would get like 7 points.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dog Days.
Yeah. But if you did 7 minutes at Gotham in New York, you got 700 points because Gotham is a 100 point per minute club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and that would be a stat that the clubs can track and get people to lure to their clubs. Dude, this is like a genius idea. It's too bad I don't know anybody knows how to make an app.
Man, we can figure it out, man. We can figure it out.
Possibly.
Everybody has nothing to do, bro.
That's true. Not only that, but the hardest part would be to getting all the comics to sign up because it only works if you have a majority, like 80% or more of the comedians out there signed up.
It's a cool idea. I think
and what comedian wouldn't want to find a way to be ranked? Right? You know what I'm saying? Nationally?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. That'd be legit. Pinball does it. Pinball fucking does it.
Yeah, well, they're not even funny.
Exactly. They're not funny. They take that shit serious, bro. They take that shit so serious.
Watch these pinball guys come back and be like, "Hey, man, we're funny as shit," you know. Like,
dude, I have a buddy who's ranked in the top 10 nationally or some shit like that. He's probably in the top 100 for sure, but I don't know if he's in the top 10. But
does he live out in Bainbridge?
No.
Okay.
In pinball,
I know a guy that's a ranked guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, so he's
good.
out in Bainbridge Island, ex NBA player.
Oh yeah, tall dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's come to Bremerton and played pinball in Bremerton.
Yeah.
My garbage man is ranked nationally. He's like number 7.
Of
So-
garbage
Oh, yeah?
mans?
Garbage man? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Garbage Man?
Yes. He's incredible.
Like, dude, he's good. You don't even hear him drive by. He's so quiet. He's got this special muffler on his thing that makes it quiet dump truck.
Yeah. And then afterwards, he's like, sorry,
Yeah.
and thank you.
Make sure his hydraulics don't make any noises. He's got silencer on his
Right.
hydraulics.
More like a shh.
Yeah, exactly. Rank 7 in the
nice.
country. You better have a
You
fucking
leave-
dump truck that don't make no noise, bro.
Yeah. And he leaves a mint.
Yeah, exactly. Leave something in your mailbox, and it's totally legal somehow.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, so we're about to wrap it up, but do you have any shout outs that you want to do to other comedians about the group or anything? Do you have anything that you want to say or a message you want to get out there?
Basically, just follow Comedy in Kitsap on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Comedy in Kitsap. I know it's easy to remember, but people forget it all the time.
Okay.
But Comedy in Kitsap, and just give a shout out to all the comedians, out there.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, I don't know how many comedians are out there, but I know that everybody's basically being told to stop doing comedy at the same time, and it's crazy. It's a trip because for a lot of people, they are so passionate about comedy that it's killing them on the inside that they can't do this, And then I'm sitting here at home like fucking enjoying this shit. And I'm like, well, fuck. I take it seriously, but at the same time, I'm of the mindset like I can't control it, right? So I'm not gonna I don't feel like I'm being deprived of my stage time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just recognizing the different range of emotions that comedians are probably having right now, and really thinking about that and how it's not going down. I don't know. It's a trip. I should probably be doing a better job of documenting shit like this because, this is kind of an historic event, And to document it day to day would be legit, but I'm never good at that shit. I always think about it in the middle of it.
I need you need a documentary, like a documentary person to be on your staff or something and be like, you know what, get that.
Yeah, exactly. But I do think this whole thing is going to change a lot of things in how we operate, and it'll be interesting to see. Then we got the presidency around the corner, and you got creepy Uncle Joe trying to go against fucking burnt out Trump. Dude, you notice with Trump, man, the reason why he's been so short-tempered with everybody recently, I figured it out.
What's that?
It's because he can't be a slacker and go golfing all the time right now in the middle of a crisis. He's being forced to be a president for the first time in his presidency because of this crisis, and he's buckling under the pressure of not being able to golf anymore. Like, he is seriously worried about losing his fucking golf swing right now. I think that's probably his top concern. That, and then the economy, and then probably his financial status, if I were to go in order by what is important to him. And then probably what color orange he's going to use on his face that day. Next to whether or not any of his bald spots are showing. Priorities that a presidential priorities.
He's got a ranking.
Yeah, he's got a ranking, and right now it's the top seed. He's the top seed right now, or also known as the commander-in-chief, right? So, yeah.
Somewhere way down on the list is Melania.
Yeah, well, it's crazy to think that Melania was ahead of Trump in the rankings, and then Trump just leapfrogged to number one by winning the presidency. Yeah.
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 Number one!
Yeah, exactly. But
all right, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show. It means a lot, and a lot of fun. So,
dude, it's a good thing, man. This group you started, what you've activated, hopefully it works out, and we all have fun. And
thanks, man.
It'll be a good time. So,
cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Thanks very much.
Peace.
All right, guys. Peace out.